Hey guys, I'm Matei. I'm the current managing editor of digital at the IDS. So I'd say like there's kind of two parts to my job. Since I'm the managing editor, I kind of have like my little team of developers, of web developers, and then whenever we have like a reporter or an editor come to us with like an idea for a good story that we could put on the site, I talk it through with them, and then I see if somebody on my team wants to pick up that job. And if they do, then I get them connected with the reporter and the editor, and we have like a big little group where we talk about what we want to do with this build out, how we want it to look, and how we're going to get on the site. So that's like the main part of my job, but sometimes I also, since the desk is a little bit small, sometimes I also do development, and I really like that. I'll admit, I'm a computer science kid. I don't really have a journalistic background. The person that actually made me join the IDS was my two sisters, Salme, who used to be the editor-in-chief, and then my older sister, Servan, who is also a designer here at the IDS. We were both at the IDS, and Salme convinced me to join so that we could have three Clitos on at the IDS at the same time. The second semester of my freshman year, and I didn't really do much. I was like kind of a web designer, but I didn't really pick up that many build outs. But then I got more involved, and then I saw the opportunity to become the managing editor, and I applied for that, and I got it. And I've been having fun ever since. One of the big things that I'd say it's the biggest thing that goes in, like, biggest factor that I think about whenever we try to design a good or a good build out is, does it fit into the story, and does it, like, we don't want the build out and anything that we put on the website to take away from the story. We want it to be there to more attention to a specific part of a story or heighten the experience of like users going through that story. So even though like we could have some really cool, because we have really talented people on the digital desk, and they can come up with some really like impressive things to put on the site, but a lot of the times those really impressive things don't really fit in with the story that well, so we don't put them on the site because we don't want to take away from the story. We're here to really amplify the story that the reporter's coming up with, and just make the experience better for the user. So that's really the most important thing. So this is something that I'm really proud of. Although we have a really small team on the digital desk, I really tried to make it a top priority to not only get really good developers, I also wanted people that have that really good design sense. Reached out to some people that I knew, some of my friends who are really good at design and the whole human-computer interaction, and they really sit in when we're coming up with a design for a build-out to make sure that it looks good and it works really well for the users, and it looks good on the site and everything like that. So we really try to get the voices of all those designers in there to make sure that we just come up with the best experience that's accessible and it looks good and everything like that. I think like obviously we're in the digital age, and I think it's just going to keep growing, honestly. Everything digital is just keeps growing and growing, and a lot of people are getting their news online. And I think the IDS is really adapting really well to that. Just by the fact that we have like a strong digital desk here, we have a good amount of designers who love to work on this, and our management team is really good, has a really good sense of like what would look good on a site and everything like that. So yeah, I think we have a lot of the infrastructure there to really make our site pop, and I think we're working well with that. So this is something I was talking with a professor about that actually, but before I even joined the IDS, like I didn't really think much about journalism and things like that. Like obviously I had my sister who's a journalist, but now like experiencing it in the newsroom and really being a part of the IDS has really shaped how I think about journalism and how I think about like what I want to do with my life. And I think I really want to keep at this work, because I'm having a ton of fun. I really love it, and I think it really has a good impact on the rest of the world, and I want to keep that impact going. The thing that I want to do is I really want to make the digital desk grow, because I think like especially with all that we're dealing with, I think really having a strong digital desk with not only really good like web designers, like I was talking about before, but having or web developers, but having really good designers. And this isn't something that we've had a lot in the past, but people who have both the journalistic background and the web background, just coming in and working on the digital desk, I think that can really help us really grow and make the site the best that it can be. And that's one thing that I've really been working on, is just finding the people, the right people to join the digital desk, to make sure that the digital desk keeps growing and that we keep getting really young blood and people in there to help spice it up. The favorite one that I've worked on and I've helped other people on is our election guide build out that we recently came out with. Almost everybody that was on the digital desk was working on that build out, and we all met up together really frequently to make sure that the build out was looking good, progress was going great. And even like during election night, we had there were just so many issues that were just popping up, but we had so much fun just like tackling each issue one at a time, making sure that the site looked good and everything was functioning well. And I think at the end, the product looked really great. My favorite build out of all time, I wasn't even part of the IDS when it came out, but it's one that Carson made, Carson Turbush, about car crashes in Bloomington. And I just love it so much because there's so much data in that story. Carson found a really nice data set and wrote a story about it and had a lot of visualizations in there. And I think it looked great. And that's one thing that I really love about digital at the here at the IDS. I love the stickers that we give out every year. They've got the little like newspaper guy. I love the one where he's like sleeping. That one's so cute. So I like the little newspaper guy on the sticker. I gotta say that's our mascot. I know it's kind of basic, but he's so cute and I love him. So I'll say like my biggest advice, and this is what I did, is just jump into it. Honestly, I think anybody. Even like me, I never thought about journalism. I'm not a journalist or anything, or I wouldn't have considered myself a journalist at the time, but like I just joined because I thought it would be fun. And it is fun. I'm having so much fun. It's a really great experience, meet really great people. We get to work on amazing things, and I think anybody should join, even if you're hesitant. Like, what's the worst that could happen?